Hello, good evening. Errol Baptiste, the freelance independent investigative journalist, reporting on the fourth part series on Housing Disrepair Dispatch Highlight Report on July the 9th, 2024, just 1 year ago. The Housing Ombudsman stated on its Learning from Severe Maladministration Report on the fourth 7 landlords in their response to damp, leaks and mold to Awaab law in Housing Disrepair Dispatch Special on YouTube news channel by addressing these issues to viewers in the United Kingdom and worldwide, linked to social housing across the United Kingdom by exposing housing disrepair also shame rogue landlords. 22 platform housing group. In this case, the Ombudsman found severe maladministration against platform housing group in the failure to repair a roof leak within 24 hours as an emergency repair. The first report was dealt within 8 days due to poor record keeping, failed to identify falling roof tiles that presented a danger to the resident and public, did not carry no works for over 2 months. The Ombudsman ordered the landlord to pay the resident £4,100 in compensation on the failure to deal with the repairs. 23. PA Housing. The Ombudsman made a finding of severe maladministration against PA Housing in the failure to resolve a leaking roof for nearly 3 years. The Ombudsman ordered PA Housing, the landlord, to apologize to the resident, update his records around vulnerabilities for the resident, also paying £1,500 in compensation. 24. Birmingham City Council. Failure to fix a leak after more than 4 years, which the Ombudsman made a finding of severe maladministration against Birmingham City Council related to the resident complaint on damp, leaks and mold. After the issue being reported to Birmingham City Council, the landlord took over 30 visits to deal with the problem on damp, leak and mold. There was no evidence it ever considered a decant to the resident. Birmingham City Council failed in the lack of effective record keeping concern the repairs on damp, leaks and mold, despite being asked for further information from the Housing Ombudsman. The Ombudsman ordered Birmingham City Council to apologize to the resident in person, pay £4,450 in compensation, identify the ongoing problem on damp, leaks and mold by providing an action plan as evidence shared to the Ombudsman and resident. 25. Haringey Council. In one case about the resident complaint on damp and mold, the Ombudsman found severe maladministration against Haringey Council left a resident dealing with ongoing disrepair, including leak for more than 2 years. There were long periods of time when Haringey Council took no action, which the resident asked the landlord on 11 occasions Haringey Council, the landlord, blamed his contractors for the prolonged delay to arrange access for the resident and neighbour properties, which there was no evidence of regular follow-up or monitoring of progress. The Ombudsman ordered Haringey Council to pay the resident of £1,200 in compensation and to implement an action plan on the outstanding repairs works on damp, leak and mold must be shared to the Ombudsman and resident. 26. Royal Borough of Kensington and Chelsea Council. The Housing Ombudsman made a finding of severe maladministration against the Royal Borough of Kensington and Chelsea Council after it failed to fix a roof leak for more than 12 months, did not take into account of the resident mental health when its contractor undertaking the works. Multiple opportunities were missed to minimize the serious impact of the resident health and well-being from the Royal Borough of Kensington and Chelsea Council. The landlord did not inform the resident there were asbestos present, which later caused him anxiety. Also, the Royal Borough of Kensington and Chelsea abused him on the ground of his disability when he found out on the roof leak. The roof leak was an issue from over a year, and the landlord did decant the resident, which did not handle this matter as confidential, breached the Data Protection Act 2018 and GDPR 2018. The Housing Ombudsman ordered the Royal Borough of Kensington and Chelsea Council by apologising to the resident and paying him £1,500 in compensation in the failure by not addressing the mental health issues. 27. Peabody. The Housing Ombudsman found severe maladministration against Peabody after it took unreasonable amount of time to repair a roof which was excessive of its policy time framework. Peabody did not act promptly in the response to the resident concern about an ongoing leak. Peabody, the landlord, in the communication were very poor. There was severe maladministration finding on the damp, leaks and mold on the resident complaint handling from Peabody. The Ombudsman ordered Peabody, the landlord, to provide a written apology from the chief executive and pay £3,200 in compensation and implement an action plan on the remaining works and find a decant for the resident. 28. Milton Keynes Council. In the resident case, Milton Keynes Council had severe maladministration finding from the Housing Ombudsman in the failure to deal with a toilet leak effectively. Milton Keynes Council, the landlord, did not take immediate action due to very poor record keeping. The Ombudsman ordered Milton Keynes Council to pay £1,050 in compensation, also apologising to the resident and implementing an action plan on the standard of repair works must be shared to the Ombudsman and the resident how to deal with occurring toilet leaks.